Our own Chip Yost live now in Texas with a first-hand look at the efforts there. He joins us live from West Houston with more. Chip.
Yeah, hey there, Glenn and Lou. As you said, rescue's still going on. We're on a boat. You heard about the call where there was the call out for anyone who could come help to please come out here and help do some of these rescues. Well, this boat we're on right now, these folks came in from San Antonio. James, you're telling me, you guys, what made you guys kind of pack this boat up and come all the way here to help?
Thinking about, we both have 2 to 3 kids each.
And there's a car right there. I'm just warning your paddle
to
there.
Think about hearing all these kids and wives and husbands living on roofs of their houses for 2 or 3 days at a time, and it just, me and Jordan were both talking and realized if it was our wife and our kids, we'd want people to do the same thing. So it just something hit us close to home and said we need to get out there and go help, and we got the resources to do it. We got the time, let's go do it.
And as we're talking to you, look over here, Paul. I mean, you can see this the plight of this apartment complex right here. And what makes this more kind of amazing with these guys that came in from San Antonio, you got James up here. We can't show you Jordan. He's captaining the boat kind of from above, but Jordan, it's his 30th birthday, and this is what he's doing on his 30th birthday. James, we saw you bring in several folks. Tell me kind of what's been the most interesting, group you brought in so far, a person?
Everybody's in the same situation. It don't matter, who they are, where they're from. Everybody's, when the flood takes it everything. It doesn't matter what kind of car you had, without a car today,
And are you, speaking of cars, I mean, have you guys been worried about hitting something under the water? I mean, this water's deep.
That's what I'm doing up here. This is a motorboat, but I'm checking for anything below before we actually go over it. And so it's tight waters, so trying to kind of direct the boat and help Jordan while he's driving so we don't damage the boat.
And Paul, I don't know if you can't do this, I don't want to force you, but if you can get up to Jordan here, that's Jordan up there. It's like he's in his bare feet. 30th birthday, Jordan. I'm gonna step up here to you. Kind of what you've got the nice view up here. What's the view up here showing you?
It's what we expected, what we weren't hoping for, but what we expected. It's destruction. We don't deal with this in South Texas much with the storm that came. It's hard to see. It's hard to see, and like James said, we knew we had to do something. We just couldn't sit on the couch and do nothing. So,
what's the look on people's faces when you put their door with this big old boat?
Some are surprised, some are excited, and you definitely get a whole group of people that are they're still in shock. It's hard for them to leave everything. That's what's hard today is we're trying to get people out. And half of them are ready to go. Half of them it's hard to leave. Everything that they own. So that's what's been tough.
Well, thank you for spending your 30th birthday doing this. This is this is his 30th birthday, and this is what he's doing. One of the the great people out here, great people, many people out here, just trying to lend a hand. And as we send it back to you guys, you can see there's a few others. I was talking to a guy in one of those boats over there. He also, a volunteer, came out here with that canoe to do what he could, get as many people as he can get out. You see more people coming as we're going to try to find some more. With that said, we'll send it back to you guys. This is Chip Yost reporting live in Houston. Send it back to you in the studio.
Okay, Chip, so question, once these people are taken out of their homes and taken to some high land, where do they go from that point?
Well, when we were on the other end of this a little while ago, kind of where this boat was parked is basically kind of where the dry land starts. And there were people out there basically kind of trying to help them. These are all volunteers. There were no kind of official people we saw. How you doing? There's, no officials we saw out there, but there was a couple of the volunteers saying, well, I know this shelter over here, there's another shelter over there. So some of the volunteers have been taking it upon themselves to get information of where shelters are, where these folks can go once they get them to dry land out of their flooded apartments and homes.
Well, Chip, you mentioned Jordan. It's his 30th birthday, and his friend there with the paddle coming down from San Antonio. It obviously shows humanity and the kindness of people coming out and wanting to help. When they come into a situation like this, do they have any idea? Are they going to sleep on the boat tonight? Do they have a place to stay? I'm sure the hotels are booked.
That is a good question. We surprisingly found a hotel in Houston, but James, they were asking, where are you guys staying while you just got into town? You said, where are you guys staying while you're here?
We're gonna work and we'll probably go home tonight or stay in our trucks. So we really haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Oh my! And that's a 3-hour drive. We're talking about 2.5, 3 hours,
Where we live, it's about 4 hours.
4-hour drive. He says where they live. So that's they're out here, just winging it, doing what they can, not even knowing where they're staying tonight.
Chip, a lot of people talk about snakes and things under the water. You ask the gentleman if he's going to turn the motor on at some point, afraid to hit something maybe. We've talked about fire ants as well. We've seen these crazy pictures of fire ants. Have you
seen? Can you repeat that? I think you said something about snakes. I apologize. We're going to get into a rough area here with the audio.
It's okay. We're just wondering if you're seeing anything in the water. Have you been seeing snakes or ants?
I hope not, but you guys have been out here in the water longer. Have you guys seen any snake? We're talking about the cars earlier, but you seen any snakes, wildlife, anything of that'd be of concern?
Not that we've seen so far. So.
And you guys look like you're pretty rough and tumble. I don't think a snake would bother you, right?
Any snake's a bad snake. So.
Yeah, I think I feel the same. But you can look over here. Is this your buddy too? The guy over here, is he with you, or is he just helping?
This is actually a resident that we picked up earlier, and they actually left one of their animals behind.
Oh.
So everybody in a rush trying to get everything out. They just aren't able to.
Paul, right over here. See the guy going in his door right there. That he was just on the boat with us, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him as we were going. So yeah, so that's one of their folks they rescued. They're letting him get back in the house. What is it, a dog or cat? Do you know?
I'm not sure 100%. He just said he left an animal, and we were coming back this way, so we had room. So told him to jump on because we know how much it means, and so. And
I don't know if you can see it. You can see they're still trying to do what they can to keep the water from coming in, but I don't know if that's doing any good. You see they got like a piece of wood there at the front door, trying to stop what they can, but I don't know what good that's going to do. And this, as we mentioned a little earlier, if you're with us at 1 o'clock, according to some of the local residents here, what you're seeing out here is a result of one of the reservoirs being released because there was so much rain built up in the reservoir. It basically held as much as it could. Officials said they had to release that. That's the Addicks Reservoir, which is nearby. That apparently caused what you're seeing here. This is according to some of the folks that live around here. They say this was not from the initial rains. This all happened in the last 24 hours, they say, and it happened very, very quickly.
Yeah, Chip, this is an area there's a lot of apartments or townhomes. I mean, how many people have they pulled out, and how many more do they need to go? I mean, it just seems like a lot of people live in that small area.
I think that's an open question, and I'll ask James. I'll ask you. One of our anchors was asking, how many folks do you think are still stranded here? You have any idea? Basically, people just keep coming up from you from what I was seeing.
Honestly, there's a website that someone's developed in the last probably 48 hours, I'd say, that we found just this morning about 3 o'clock when we got in the truck, and it's RescueHarvey.com, and basically
actually has specific address.
It has pin drops of every single person that's gone in there and registered, showing their age, their phone number, their address, and where they are on the map. Where they are on the map, and so people like us who not in communication with the sheriff's department, we can go and find them, and we know what level threat they're at. How many kids they have, how many elderly people they have, if they need medication, and last time I checked, there's over 1,800 people just on that app.
Wow, and how many did you find in this neighborhood right here?
Honestly, we didn't even start using the app on this neighborhood. We were driving by, we saw a lady standing on the side of the road of Interstate 10 with probably an 8-month-old baby, and we said we need to turn around in there. And so we turned around in there, they said the waters are rising, can y'all help? And we're one of the first boats over here this afternoon, and we've just been going nonstop trying to get everybody we can.
And that really shows you the magnitude. That's actually how Paul Sanchez and I, a photographer I'm working with, ended up in this neighborhood. When you were driving down, I think it was the 10 freeway we were on, Greg, the 10 freeway coming out here. We were coming from LaGrange, and there were spots all along the freeway where it was just flooded. We saw a semi truck where the water was almost up to the roof on the side of the road. We saw all kinds of other cars on the side of the road. And here comes that pet that this gentleman was going to get. But yeah, that's how you can just kind of drive along and just see how many spots there are needed. And look, now this is one volunteer crew helping another volunteer crew. Here comes this guy. They put his cat on the boat there, and they're going to bring him right over here, it looks like, and get him and his cat back out of here. That's the latest reporting live in Houston. I think we'll send it back to you guys for now.
Chip, so you're in the boat now with the cat.
We are in the boat with the cat, and he's a talkative one. I don't know if you can hear him. There he goes. What's up, buddy? Happy to be out. What was your name again, sir?
Lewis.
Lewis. This is Lewis. Lewis, you were upset you had to leave the cat behind.
Yeah, well, my family, we had to evacuate on a moment's notice, and we had to leave him behind because he didn't want to go, but I told him the moment we get free, I'm coming back. I'm getting him. He's coming home with us.
So how long has he been in there by himself?
He wasn't in a cage. I had to put him right now.
Yeah. He was in the house by himself this whole time?
He was in the house. We had him on the second story so the water wouldn't get to him, but I still wouldn't feel safe without having him.
And what's his name?
His name's Stuart.
How old is he about?
He is about 6 years.
Looks like he eats well.
He does. He certainly does.
And did he have any food back there on the second
Well,
floor?
we took it with us, so he's gonna. But we left him food over there in case we had to leave him. But I wasn't planning on leaving him.
Now, this is obviously one of your most important possessions, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff maybe ruined or you don't know yet. What's the situation with your apartment? And is it an apartment townhome?
Well, we moved everything upstairs, a couple days ago. So if the bottom does get flooded, luckily we have insurance. But we'll still, it'll still be a huge hassle. You'll lose everything downstairs, appliances, and especially because the bayou overflowed. That's what caused the most damage to us. But we'll rebuild.
And do you have any cars stuck over there as well?
Luckily, no. We were able to move into the parking garage. So at least, we have that.
And when you're talking to these guys, are there any other neighbors of yours that you know that are still over there?
I hope not. I didn't see anyone over there. We did knock on everyone. At least our next door neighbors, they went with us.
And how did these guys find you? How did you get help?
They showed up and they told us, hey, they're releasing more water from the reservoir. The water's gonna be rising. And when they showed up, we still had a couple inches until it was in the house. Well, right now it's already in the house. It's been in the house, So I am extremely thankful to these gentlemen for coming. They are lifesavers, and they deserve as much credit as anybody else out here risking their lives to do this.
Yeah, and did you hear they came from San Antonio?
Yeah, that's incredible. But I thank them. I really do.
Okay, well, best of luck. Thanks for sharing your story. And the cat's name was Lewis, right?
Stuart.
Oh, Stuart. Stuart. I'm sorry, I mixed it up. Stuart. Well, Stuart, he's a talkative one. Let's see if he has any last comment there, Stuart.
You got something to say, Stuart?
I told you he's talkative, but the good news, they got the cat back. They're on their way back, and I imagine in a few minutes they're going to be on their way again to try to help someone else. This is going on all day and probably all night, I imagine. I can't show you right now, but right over here, Paul's going to try to turn around. Look at this. You got people coming out with belongings on top of their head, trying to get somewhere where it'll work. And I'm sorry, I'm doing this to Paul, our photographer. He's completely contorted, twisted, trying to get you that shot. But it's just everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, you see another shot of something else happening here that can really just blow your mind, guys.
Well, that's a lot of cars he keeps passing by that are completely damaged.
Yeah, it's going to take a very, very long time. Hey, Chip, where is Stuart and his owner going? Are they going to a shelter, or do they have a home to go to? Some friends or something?
I think I said, where are you guys staying? Do you have an idea?
We have friends and family who have multiple of them. They've told us to go to their house. They've got power, they've got food, they'll take care of us.
So you're good for now, and then again, a week, 2 weeks from now, who knows?
I'm hoping that a week, 2 weeks from now, the situation will be better. I really hope so.
Hey, Chip.
And that's a lot, and we've heard that a lot too. A lot of people do, we've heard about the shelters, but a lot of friends and family are taking people in as well. We saw that in LaGrange earlier, a family whose mobile home had been wiped out because of this. They're staying with friends, not family, just friends that had taken them in because everybody, strangers, friends alike, trying to help out wherever they can.
Chip, it looks like you just picked up a few new passengers. That gentleman was holding a car seat. Is there an infant in there?
Yes. No, I don't know. I'm trying not to break Paul's back. he's in a, if you could see it, you can't get a shot of the photographer, but he is in a really tight spot where he's hanging over the boat to try to get these shots for us. But yeah, I don't know. They're going back into an apartment over there. Hey, James, they don't still have a kid in there, do they?
What's that?
They don't still have a kid in there.
No, I believe she said the kid was already gone.
Okay, yeah, the kid's already gone, but are they going back in for more belongings?
I believe so.
Okay. And by the way, if you weren't with us earlier, this is James. He and his friend Jordan are the ones operating this boat. They came in from San Antonio, a 4-hour drive, they said, from where they live. They came in here after hearing the call and the need for any boats, any help that could come down here. They came down here and they've been helping a lot of people. We've witnessed them help quite a bit of people since we've been here ourselves, and you saw what they did for the little kitty over here and some of the folks we've been seeing just while we've been live with you during the last 10-15 minutes.
We last time you were live with us, we talked about Jordan and James. They don't really have a place to stay. They're thinking possibly to drive back to San Antonio tonight, and I know you guys drove in. What's the situation on the roads in terms of gas? Are gas stations flooded?
Well, Well, luckily there have been gas stations open, but any like fast food restaurant, businesses all along the I-10 between LaGrange and Houston as we were driving in here, we were looking for places to stop, quick drive through to get a bite. Hardly anything was open. There were gas stations open though, so that's good. I think the gas is okay, but I think the issue with a lot of the restaurants, what's going on is people can't get to work. It's some of these restaurants weren't in areas where the restaurants were flooded. They were right off the freeway, but you could look at the area where they're at, see the flooding all around, and probably say, well, how in the world are the employees going to get to work? So I think that's the situation going on with a lot of the places that are closed down right now.
And Chip, it looks like it's starting to rain on you.
Yeah, it's been a little sprinkle going the whole time. Not bad, not coming down really hard, but a little sprinkle coming the whole time we've been here.
All right, Chip, Yost, great job out there just west of downtown Houston.